Hi everyone, it's the Lazy-Eyed Artist. Like I said, I wanted to go ahead and get out a video on how to make my dragon eyes. I went through quite a few different ways. At first, these were the ones I was making first. They've got regular cardboard, just regular cut out from a box. Then the little eyes were actually the little glass pieces of glass from where they put little marbles in a bag, or for like to put in a bathroom or something, or to put in a fish tank, that kind of thing. And they're not perfectly round or not perfectly see-through and things like that, but I got them from the Dollar Tree. So and then the actual clay itself is air dry clay. It's that fluffy kids kind of clay. Amazingly enough, out of all the different stuff I've tried, I like it the best. It comes in different colors, different, bunch of different, like little packs about like that. And it was just something I got, I think I got it from Temu. I just got it just play with, just to see, I like to create and stuff. So, and I ended up making it with it. The only thing with that particular kind of clay is when you go to make texture and stuff, you have to make sure that you're making it deep enough, because it does kind of puff up just a little bit as it's drying. And it is air dry. It's really easy to work, really light. This is very, very light. Now, as far as sturdiness goes, I really have not had too much trouble with, the horns breaking or anything like that. So, I mean, it's not really that bad. Now, as far as the edges right here go, I actually took a piece of paper from an old book that I was using for other projects, and I rolled it up and glued it down and then put the clay over it. And then once everything was dry, I went through and actually painted it. The gold and the purple and everything. I had made a bunch of them in different colors, things like that. This kind of clay is the same kind of air dry clay, but the board itself is like a foam board that I got from like a craft, with Dollar Tree. I think I got it from Dollar Tree too. And it bows though. That's the only thing. It bows with it whenever it dries. It bowed on this one too. Every one that I made on the foam board, it bowed, and it's real easy to pull this back up off of there too. So I wouldn't suggest using that anymore, but it actually started, just playing around and everything. I was, making different kinds of dragons and stuff, and I just kind of thought it would be I was watching The Walking Dead, so I thought that this would be cool, like the skin, and like little stitches holding it in. And then I done this one, which I thought was kind of neat because it had that really pretty blue and then that gold right there. But as far as these eyes, the glass part here, those I actually did order. So they're what you should be ordering. They're the I keep on saying it wrong. Cabochons. That's it. Cabochons. I couldn't think of the word, but they're half half flat. They're flat bottom cabochons. And I can't remember exactly what the prices on these were. I've gotten so many different ones from different places now. I can't really remember exactly. I'm pretty sure I got it from Amazon, and I think I can't remember exactly how many there were and the prices. But that's with the air dry clay and that kind of foam boarding. This right here is with the where you bake it, the clay that you bake. This is the first one I'd done. And no, this is not the first one I done. I'm sorry. This is the second one I done. I don't think I cooked the first one right. because on some of the, I always get the cheap stuff to begin with, just to practice with. So I'd gotten some oven baked clay from Temu, and I really couldn't read the instructions on how to cook it and how long to cook it. And I cooked it like on the lowest my oven would go for 30 minutes, I think. But I think I needed to cook it a little bit. I actually cooked this one at a higher temperature for 30 minutes. And I went over and painted it. I'd actually done different colors. I was mixing different colors whenever because I had little pieces of different colors. And then I went over and painted it. And there's an iridescent type paint in there, like an iridescent blue tape paint in there. And then the greens and the gold. Oh, and I forgot to say, this is actually acrylic paint that I've done on this one. These paints over here, and the blue, the purple, and this, the paints on the actual clay itself is watercolor paints. I had a bunch of watercolor paints. Now, so that's the fluffy kind of clay, and then the baked clay, the fluffy air kind of clay, air dry kind of clay, and the baked kind of clay. Now, this might be a little bit hard to, might have to pull up a little bit more here, but see the cracking in this? This was going to be like a little fairy house, but there's cracking in it. This is air dry clay too, but it's a different kind. It feels more like clay. Oh, wait a minute, let me fix my camera back. It feels more like air clay. I mean, it feels more like clay, but it's air dry, but it's got all this cracking in it. And I was thinking maybe it was because it was thin. I had it too thin, but even on the thick stuff that I've made, it's cracked. So I don't really want to use that anymore, unless if it's just for something that I'm just, playing with. There was like a big tub of it, sorry. So, but this right here are some of my eyes that I've done, and just playing around different things. I've got these kind of eyes that I've done. I do them in all kinds of ways, all kinds of colors. This one actually is pretty neat. I started trying to do with watercolors instead of just eyeballs. Just do different watercolors, see what it was like. But, I've got different ones in here that I've kind of played around with. Little ones, big ones, more of a eye-shaped oval ones. And this right here is actually like the paint on this one's different. It was like a new type paint that I was trying, and I got it on this one too. I do have some glow-in-the-dark paints too that I've worked with before. Try to make the pupil on that one red. I thought it would look neat. But I just try different things with them. And I've got these 3 oval ones right here. I thought I had some more round ones that I had that weren't done yet, but I've probably put them in a different box. So we'll just go ahead and we'll start with these. I keep on moving my camera. I'm so sorry. I got it on a piece of felt, or felt sheet, because the glass itself, the table itself is glass, and it's got a bad reflection. So I got this part right here, and then the felt. So that's why the camera's so easily moving around. Let me just move that felt up a little bit more. There we go. All right, now, can you see? Okay. And I really can't see the camera too well either on the other side, because I kind of had to tilt it up a little bit higher. But okay, so I just use regular fingernail polish for the actual eye parts themselves. I use black for the pupil most of the time. I have different colors that I use. And you can use as many colors as you want to. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and get some. I got the black for the, this is, what is it? Believe. Then I got the yellow. Was it clean? There was a set of these on Amazon, and they're so good. I love them for doing this. I don't really paint my nails or anything, but they're really cool. But I got that in yellow. Oh, it says it right here. Metallic red. And then metallic orange. So we'll make kind of on type I. And normally what I do is go ahead and paint the pupils on a bunch of them, and then go back in and do the colors, because I want the pupils to kind of dry. So I have a little, I don't know what you call, ice pick thing. I got this one. I actually have a bigger one. It's like huge. This is like one of those punches that people use. I don't know what they use them for. They use them to punch holes in things, I guess, in leather or something. But I found it in my daddy's shed. So I was using that. And then I was using some little one that's got like a little needle on the end of it, like a little plastic tool that had a little needle on the end of it. That works too. But I found this on Temu, and it works just perfect. It's just little enough for me to work with too. So anyways, let's go. And I actually watched a lot of videos on how to do this, but Back to Earth Creations, Yvonne, she is amazing at being a teacher and teaching people how to do things. I've learned so much from her. I don't my eyes like anybody else, I don't think, but I try to do it like her. I don't quite do it like her, but I learned it. But she's awesome. And she can teach so well. But see, and what she does, she has a board that has like a grid system on it to where she can make sure she's centering this up, where she's doing her lines and stuff. And I have not been smart enough to do that yet, which that's really, really smart to do. And I really have not even cleaned these things. I need to clean them before I start painting on them. I didn't think about that. But you just want to make a little line down there. Now see, you can keep it like that. You can keep it like that. Or you can go through and kind of like pull it out. And kind of feathering it out, and twist it around, make it a little bit easier on yourself. And you can go all around, feather it out. And it looks kind of funny right now. I know. Trust the process. It's going to be great. Okay, so now, you see, it's kind of feathered out there. Now, if you look on the other side, oh shoot, I really do need to clean these. But anyways, that's what that looks like. So I'm going to set this one to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this. Actually, hold on just a minute. I'm going to pause the video because I'm going to clean these real quick, and I'm also going to get that other little scraper so you can see it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I got them cleaned. Look pretty. This is that other item that I was telling you about. I think I actually got this with the fluffy clay. The fluffy air dry clay. I think it came with it. I took a saw to I tried to style some of this down and make a little bit more of a point, but I was making me a shiv. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I was using this to actually do the scraping, which I'm fixing to show you about, like what I was just doing with the feathering out the pupil area with this. I used to use this, which you'll see a little bit, it's a little bit thicker on this one. So, I mean, the different ones that you use, like this other one, the bigger one, and it's got that way bigger tip right there. So you can make different styles, you know, as far as that goes. And I also wanted to show you, let me go ahead and paint these real quick. That way they could be drying while I'm showing you the other stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. But this one, you can actually just go ahead and make a single line if you want. That's no problem. You can do that. Or you can feather it out the way I was, where I done that first one. See, now this is the part where it would be nice to have that grid underneath to where you can kind of line up that you're in the middle with the pupil. That doesn't feel right. I don't know what's wrong with that polish. I haven't used any in a while. I haven't made any because I had them built up, you know. So I haven't really, you know, made any eyes. So, I don't know whether you can see that. I always make sure you can see it. But be careful whenever you go to put that down, because like right what I done right there, that little scraping, I didn't have enough black in there. So now it's actually got, it's not solid. That black part's not solid. It's got little lines through it. Whereas that one's solid. I don't know whether you can see or not. I'm trying to not get that flare, but actually give you enough light. So whenever that happens, like if you see that like that, you can go back over it with some right there in the middle, you know, to where it has that build up, where it has like that background. Oh, that's a lot. Didn't have enough at first, now I'm trying to put too much. But it happens. But the good part about this is that it's fingernail polish. As long as you got some fingernail polish remover in the house, you're okay. You can fix it. It's going to be great. So, okay. Now, I'm going to let those dry. That's the first one I done. That one's pretty much dry right there. So, and I cleaned them. I put my fingerprints all over them. Okay. But anyway, so I did want to let y'all know that I have like little pigments that people put it in resin. I've gotten some. I don't know why I got it. I think it must have been on sale somewhere or something. But I got it, and I didn't really realize it was something that went in resin, and I don't do resin. So I was like, well, I don't know what to do. But I'd gotten it not knowing what to do with it then. But then I also found some fingernail polishes that were on sale, but they were plain flat type colors that didn't have sparkle and a shine to them like these ones. So I went ahead and mixed them. I went ahead and got the polishes that were on sale, and then I put sparkles in it. You can't really see it when you pull it out, but you can see it on the top of the jar there where it made a mess. But it puts a little bit of a sparkle to it. And I've got them in like, I got it where I mixed up like a blue and a pale blue and like a bronze. Oh, there's one that's kind of like a, yeah, it's a, I don't know what you call that blue. Sea Queen. It was the name of it's kind of a greenish bluish. You can see it in there. But I put that bronze, mixed that bronze up in there. And it actually looks really, really neat. I didn't think it was going to look neat at first, but it actually kind of looks neat. It's kind of an earth type, what you would think a color you would see in the earth, in nature. So I thought that was pretty cool. But, I mean, you can do that, too. I mean, if you don't see the colors that you like or you can't find the colors that you like. But anyway, so, okay, now, to be clear, this part is the part that I'm talking about that I don't really do right. or like other people do it. It's right for me. So most people, they actually either start at the outside and do a little color, and then they'll change colors and go in a little bit more, and then they'll change colors and go in a little bit more. I've tried that, but it just don't look right to me. I can't seem to do it and make it look pretty like they do. So what I do is I put the color throughout the whole thing, and I scrape it, then I put some more colors in there, and I put throughout the whole thing, and then I scrape it, and I just keep going like that. So that would be how mine ends up looking the way they do. I'll show you again, and so you can actually see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so like this one. So you can see red in there. You can see the orange in there. You can see some yellow in there. Need to repaint that one. This one actually is beautiful. That green is not really that color of green. When you put it with the black, put black in there too, and kind of scrape it in there with it too, it makes it, that green seem a little bit darker. I'll show you what the green looks like. Naturally, the green, that's the color of the green. It makes it look a little bit darker when you put it in there with the black. But, so, I mean, that's the way I kind of do mine. This is the red and black in there, the metallic red and black. There's the oranges and yellow and black. And then we have pink and I think red in there. I'm not sure. Oh, it's the two different kinds of pink. I got a lighter pink and a darker pink. And I wanted to show you about this one because that kind of, I don't know what you call it, iridescent type feel. It's got the squiggly lines in it. That is actually, I don't know, okay, oh, cat's eye. Wait, cat's eye. Cat's eye gel, I think it is. Oh, this is the silver one. I got silver and gold, and it smells really, really funny. Just to let you know, if you ever get any of that, it smells, woo, strong. And, woo, but, I was just trying it out, but that's something you actually need to have here underneath one of those nail lamps, those UV lights. So I got like a nail to do, you know, your nails, put your nails underneath there, light comes on. I got one of those that I used on it. And then I backed it up with that red. So, I mean, I just thought it kind of looked neat because it's kind of like a really thick, it's not like fingernail polish. It's really thick. And so I could put it on there and then take a little, like one of these things, and just make squiggly lines into it and then put it underneath the UV lamp. And I thought it was kind of neat how the red kind of shows through right there. And a little bit in the spots. I wished I'd kind of done it a little bit different. But I'm not showing you that today. I just wanted to let you know that there are different ways to do this. And just play with things. That's what I will play with things. I will try things. If it don't work out, oh well. That's why a lot of times I get cheaper type stuff to practice with and play with. And then I work up. If need be. But like I said, even with this cheaper air dry fluffy type clay, I ended up liking that more. Any kind of air dry clay that I got that was the heavier type, it would crack and break. And then as far as the kind that you bake, I'm kind of nervous about it because like I can't do it on a piece of board or something like. I'm scared. I'm nervous about doing it on a piece of board. So I had to kind of roll this out and, you know, build up on top of it. So it was kind of new and awkward for me. And I didn't have a regular shape to kind of go by like I did with my squares and, you know, cutting out my cardboard, things like that. And I got little wood panels that I thought would be really nice to do it with, but I'm kind of nervous to do them with that now. These little wood panels. They're real thin. I thought that those might be nice to work, you know, work on top of. But I'm nervous about doing it with putting it in the oven with that piece of wood. I still got to investigate and see whether it's going to be worth it or not. So sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there. But this is how we're going to do this, okay? We're going to put down the color. And but like I said, go watch Yvonne on Back to Earth Creations. She is so awesome, and she's an awesome teacher. I mean, I have learned so much from her. I don't do it like she tells me to all the time, or like she teaches us, but she always says, you know, do you? And so that's what I do. I do me. But I learned so much from her. She's really, really cool. She's a sweetheart too. But then I just go through and do these little scrapes through here, right? And like I said, you can use different size tools and get different textures, and also you get the little bit of the fingernail polish on there, and see what it just done. It just pulled more off because I had that on the tip there. So you can actually you know, wipe that off every so often, or if you like the way it makes the feeling of it or the look of it when it drags through and pulls more out, you know, go for it. Because sometimes it actually looks like it's like a natural type thing that happens. It looks pretty cool. Do you, boo? But see, now, like there's a little spot right there where it took off a bunch. Right there. And also got to be careful, because like what I just done there, I was scraping, but I was kind of curving it as I was shaping it. As I was scraping, it was kind of curving. So be careful whenever you're doing this, because everything you do is going to make, you know, make different textures, different ways of doing things. And I knocked the camera again. I got to quit that. But okay. So. And look, it doesn't really have a whole lot on there, but every layer that you put on there adds to more dimension to it, adds, you know, adds more feeling to it, more ways of doing things. And like little things like that little spot right there, that little spot that it took out like a little square off, you can either leave that or you can redo it. You can repaint over that spot. You know, it's the main thing is to get in there and just try it, see what works for you, see what you like, see what you think is beautiful. Whenever I get done with these, I can sit up there and stare at them all day long, because they've got so many different, depending on the way you hold it, it's going to be, you know, beautiful this way. You're going to see the different colors depending on the way you hold it, and depending on light. It's really, really amazing. I love it. I can sit there and look at them all day long. I make pendants out of them. And I am actually learning from Yvonne at Back to Earth Creations of how to weave. And like I'm weaving bracelets and earrings. But she does bracelets with the dragon eyes. But I don't have these, they're called scale mail, I think it's what it's called. It's a little, it looks like a little scale. And that's what she makes, the little, well, that and the rings, she'll make them, the bracelets, you know, the bracelet part of it, out of those. And they're so cool. And I'm going to get me some one day. But I've been really just wanting to practice and practice and practice. I'm learning how to do the different weaves and stuff first. But I really do want to start making bracelets out of these, because maybe a little bit, I don't know, but about the size probably, or maybe a little bit smaller of an eye. But okay, so I got my next color on. So I'm going to go through, do it again. Now you can wait till these layers completely dry before you go back in with another layer and scrape, because you'll notice a lot of times whenever you're scraping, if the bottom layer is not completely dry, whenever you go to scrape this time, it's going to be really, really thick like, and it just acts a little bit different. But you know, like I said, every different way you do it is a different way for it to turn out, and they're all really, really neat. It's really kind of hard to make it to where it's not looking neat. You do it, you can do it, you can do it. It's gonna be great. Oh, I've got too much buildup on my thing. When I was talking about buildup, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but there's like little dots in there. So that's like where I had it on here and pulled it and just kept on pulling it, and it, you know, eventually rubbed off on there. But, see, now you can see the yellow and the orange in there. And like I said, you can go over and over and over these. This one, I actually, with these colors, this yellow and the orange and the red, I like to call it the Eye of Sauron. Sauron, I think that's how you say it. Sauron. From the Lord of the Rings. But I don't know why. It's just those colors seem to, you know, make I imagine that. Even though last time I watched the movie, it's not really those colors. I was like, man, I've been calling it that, or Dragon Eyes, either one. But somebody told me that I needed to call them all just the Eye of Sauron. I was like, nah, the Dragon Eyes. Because, see, now dragons are mythical creatures. So, therefore, who's going to tell me that this is wrong? That this is not a dragon eye? Right. Okay. So, I'm doing red now. And I just barely let that dry, that other layer dry a little bit. And whenever you go to do this, whenever you're starting to get layer on layer on layer, you'll notice that it gets kind of harder to get into them grooves and make sure that you got complete coverage. So just, you know, take your time and get in there. Make sure you get in there. Whenever you eventually get to the point where you're going to stop put these colors on and you're about done and wrapped up, you can go back through and look, and you'll see there'll be little bitty spots that ain't got no color in them. And you're like, man. Especially like right there towards the middle, because I try not to go over it too much, that black part, the pupil part. I guess that's a pupil. Isn't that the pupil? I think that's a pupil. The black part, because I don't want to scrape into that too much whenever I'm scraping. So a lot of times that's my spot that you really have to watch out about. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and scrape again. And see, it's redeposited. See? Where'd my paper towel go? Okay, there it goes. All right. All right. I might have to break this video up into two. The eyeball and then the eye. Okay. So, now, you can see there's a lot of deposits on there, because that's like the third layer, right? I don't know whether you can see that or not. You still see under there. See through it. Well, you see the different colors shining through? I just love it. Now, like I said, a lot of people, they'll have like just the yellow, like right here close to the pupil. Then they'll move out to the orange. Then they'll move out to the red. Now, I can't do that. It doesn't look right when I do it. For some reason or another, I can't seem to get it to look as pretty as theirs. And I like it this way. But, and you know, doing me. But, I have actually done it like black around here. I paint the pupil and I'll fan it out like I did to begin with, this first step in this. And then I'll go around the edge of this and then fan it. But whenever I'm pulling in. I'll just paint around the edge here and then pull it in all around with that little scraper thing. Just keep on going around the edge, but not all the way in, because I'm just barely tipping the paint on the edge here. That kind of gives it that black ring around there. I like that. Now I can do that, but as far as doing layers in, I have a hard time doing that, making it look right. So just to let you know. But I like this the way this does, because it has all those different colors in there throughout the whole thing. Now see this right here? Like I said, you can still see under there. There's still a lot space, light and stuff under there. So you can keep on going with more colors if you want. Or you can back it up with one color, like one of your colors that you've used on it. Or you can back it up with black. Like I done with one of these, like I done with this. I had the orange in there and I backed it up with the black. This one I had the red and backed it up with some black. There's a black underneath there, and then I went up back over with red. Looks like there's a different color of red in there, but I'm not for sure. I think I only have one red though. But but anyways, so I mean, a lot of times it'll look like that. You can back it up with some of the same color. Like, see this one? When I tried to do separate, this is like the yellow in here, and it goes to the orange, and it goes to the red. It does not look right. I can't get it to blend properly for me. And so, I mean, it's just, it all depends on what you like. And then see, also on this one, you can see there's one spot in there where it's I didn't get it painted good. Didn't get a good background on there. Well, actually, there's a lot of spots now I see it in the camera. Yep. But also a way to do that is just double check yourself, is to hold it up to a light. Whenever you're like, hold it up to a light, and you can see through there and see the light through there, and it'll let you know if there's any places that are not painted properly. And then some of these I actually was just I had in there because I was going to redo them. Now I want you to notice this right here, this shiny stuff right here. It's not actually paint. What this is it's my Podge Magic Dimensions, or Dimensional Magic. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. It's kind of a sealant to put on there, like if you were gonna make this into a bracelet. And you have like a little chain around here and stuff, and you know, it kind of seals it. And it's real smooth and pretty. But whenever you do use that, make sure you let it cure for a couple days. You know, just let it sit there and cure for a couple days. But that kind of helps seal it in there. And see, because a lot of these ones, you know, they got the plain, where I haven't done that yet, and you can tell, and you can feel the different stuff. And then see that you can feel that where I've scraped it and stuff. But also those could, if those come in contact with any kind of like rubbing alcohol or something like that, it might mess it up. Fingernail polish for sure is gonna mess it up. So just to let you know, I got, and I'm losing my hair or something. I don't know. Anyways, so what we're going to do now is, let me look at this and see. I'm going to put another coat of yellow on there. Yellow. Okay. Now you can put other colors too. You can keep going with different colors. How you want to do it? I've come up with all them kinds of any kind of color I had. I'm making colors. It's a fingernail, like I said, you know, I found that fingernail polish on sale for $1. I was like, yeah, buddy. And it wasn't really sparkly and stuff like that, like you would use on my dragon eyes. So, sure enough, I found some sparkly powder put in there, and that worked. Now this yellow though, sometimes it kind of looks goldish looking with all its metallicness. I kind of like it. You see, it's pretty. But see, now I can kind of hold it at an angle and I can see that light behind it. This over there. And I can see where I'm not, like I said, whenever you're doing this, you gotta really get in there, into those grooves and crevices. I imagine if I had some thinner type fingernail polish, or I put some fingernail polish remover or something in there to thin that out, it might go in there a little bit easier, but I like it. I'm good. I have used this stuff up so much. I think there's like 12 bottles that I got in a set from Amazon. I'll link it below. That way you can get to it. They have different ones though. Oh my gosh, I just seen them. They have some neon colored Kleancolor nail lacquer. They have some neon color ones. I've seen them. They're so cool. They're on my wish list. But I was fixing to do this. Really, I was just using the yellow as a backing. Okay, so I'm looking up at the light, and there's not any clear ones. Wait, there is a couple of clear ones. Clear spots where there you can see through the glass completely. Some of it is kind of showing as, you know, light yellow, you know, but where it's kind of translucent a little bit, but not clear. But when you see some clear ones, you want to try to get those, because the fact of getting that backing color on there, that solid backing color on there, the reason why you want to do that now, because if you're just looking at it, you know, you really can't see them a whole lot unless you look at it at a certain angle. You can see, you know, through, if it's not completely covered or something like that. But the reason why you want to make sure to get that back color complete and get in all them grooves and crevices is because if you've got this and it's being set into something like something black or something white, or, you know, into a different colored setting, whatever you're doing with this, like the clay, it's going to show through. Whatever color that is, it's going to show through whenever you hit a certain angle, and you can see where that glass was not painted, that little bitty spot, and it's going to mess it up. It's going to mess up the whole illusion. So that's why you want to go ahead and make sure you get that backing color on there, and make sure you get all them holes that have not got paint on them covered. There are a few in there that's like really, really light yellow. It's kind of translucent, but it does still have that yellow on there. Now, I think I want to go over it again. And this time I'm just going to go over it with the orange, and then see how that looks. It's not really going to show up too much as far as the orange. It's just basically covering up those little spots where there's not enough you know, fingernail polish, or it's got a spot where there's none, a little crevice or something. And this orange is a little bit thinner than that yellow. I think I got more of it. I don't know how I got more of it because I was using the tar out of this orange. It's a pretty orange, isn't it? I love it. Yeah, I'm just about emptied on these ones. Because I was also, when I first started this, I was painting the big round eyes, and I was making foam poppets, like this, a foam poppet. I was making them, but I really didn't know a whole lot about what I was doing. I had not really experimented a whole lot. But I love to experiment. So a lot of them I'd done, but then I redone. Once I figured out what to do and what kind of style I wanted to do, then I redone them all. Now see right there, there's a little spot of fingernail polish. Now whenever this gets completely done and dry, and if I'm setting it into like a pendant setting or something like that, I will go ahead and use I use the magic the dimensional magic to help me set it in the pending, set it to help to where it actually sits in there and stays in there. Kind of like a glue is what I'm using it for in that particular instance. But once that's done, I'll actually go through and take a Q-tip and clean everything with a fingernail polish remover. Because then that way I know I'm not going over the edges and messing it up or anything like that. If I was to try to clean it like this, I might accidentally hit an edge or something like that, or the Q-tip might, you know. So I have cleaned them like this, where they're just plain like this. I have cleaned them like that. You just got to be really careful, but you want to get around these edges, but you want to make sure not to mess up the bottom any. So that's what the actual eyeball looks like. So we got that. Now this one, I mean, you can do these, like I said, you can do these in any color you want. I try my hardest to, because of the style that I do. Like I was saying, I don't really do the little sections. I do it all and scrape through it and do it all, the color all over. That's also why I like to use the metallics as much as I do, because it kind of, you know, shows and glitters and has all those facets to it that I love. If you're using like flat colors that are, I mean, like beautiful colors, like I got red here, it's a beautiful color, but it doesn't have any sparkle or shine in it or anything like that. So I haven't really used these kind of colors a whole lot. I will, like I said, I will put some pigment colors in there. These ones actually, I got two that are mood changing pigments. This one turns to I think a light blue to a dark blue or something, or to a green. I can't remember. It's been so long. I haven't used it in a long time either. But see now there's some beautiful colors with shimmers and stuff. So you want to think about the colors that you're actually getting. You know, make sure that there's something that's actually going to show off and shine. This one right here is Pure Ice. I love this. If I could afford to get more of these, I would. If I see them on sale, I'll get them. I do love these. These have got a shimmer to it. It's not quite as much of a shimmer as these ones, but it's just got a little shimmer to it that's really, really subtle, but it's really pretty too. I don't know whether you can actually see it or not, but I don't know, shake that up pretty well. But The pure ice, it's really, really, it's subtle, but, you know, pretty still. But most of mine are the Kleancolor. I love them. I can't wait to get those neon colors though. And then there's another set that's kind of like this. It's got some different type colors that I want to get to. I tell you what, if I could have my way, I would be up in their stores buying all their stuff. I do want to go ahead and let you know about this black though that comes with this metallic black. It's not gonna be. It's got, you know, it's just like the rest of them. It's translucent to a certain degree, you know, unless you put more and more on. So just be careful. You will have to put some extra coats on if you're going through this. And it's also, it's gonna give a different kind of black. I don't know whether you can actually see. I was trying to learn how to wire wrap, but that's that. Not the pupil, but the color itself is this. So just to let you know, you have to actually have it in light to where you can actually see that. You have to have it shimmer in the light because most of the time it just looks black when you're looking at it. You have to actually have it reflected in the light in order to see this. So be careful when you are using the black one. And all right, so now, I am going to go ahead and pause the video because I need to go ahead and make sure, see how long this video is, first of all, because I do believe I'm going to have to actually publish it in a two-part series where we actually went over on how to make it and the eyeball itself, and then one to make the actual clay surroundings. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be back. But this is what we got so far. Yay. And if you have any questions or anything, you don't hesitate to ask. And remember to go to Back to Earth Creations, because she is awesome. Her name's Yvonne. And she does chainmail. She does wire wrapping. So much prettier than this. This was my first try. It's all kinds of messed up. She does the chainmail like this, which hers is pretty too. but I'm just learning. So, but yeah, these I've actually been working on for a good while as far as like trying to learn how to do these. The round ones, the bigger round ones, those are a little bit easier for me than these oval ones, because I just recently, well, I guess the last set of Cabochons I got, the glass, the plain oil glass, were these. But before that, it was always round. So it was kind of weird for me to try to do a different shape. I kept on messing it up. But anyways, okay. I better get off here or I'll talk all day. We're going to pause it, and then we're going to see what we can do about getting the other video up for you.